Hey. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. My
Podcast.
name is Yummy Mace.
Hello. My name
Sorry,
is
Fran.
Ross. Those Girls Podcast. Hi. I'm Greer. That's Heather. And then Caitlin's our new person that I found off the streets. And I said, hey, you like nerd things? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, come be on our podcast. And so here she is.
So Greer
Hi,
kidnapped
everyone.
someone, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Caitlin, what do you like? Tell
I
everyone.
love
Share your view of the world.
I love movies, comic books. Well, I've just started comic books and cartoons and a little of everything.
Yay. Comic books.
Yeah, they're awesome. I'm reading like Ms. Marvel, and I'm thinking about starting Spider-Gwen,
Yes.
which is Gwen
Good.
Stacy as Spider-Woman.
I love
Right.
that. I love that design that she has.
Yeah.
Love that. I don't know. I just like that design a lot. I don't know anything about like Spider-Woman or anything or Gwen Stacy that much, except in the movies. But
I don't either. I just know that she died in the original comics back in the day.
Yeah.
I love that design a lot.
It's amazing.
I believe this
The movie
alternate universe.
Someone would be amazing as Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Yes. Good times.
How was your week?
Good. I worked and then I hiked and I watched Sharknado 2 finally, and that was fun.
Those are awesome.
It was. I yelled it a couple times though.
Yeah. They're really something. They're something.
They are
Them Sharknado movies.
And I finally saw where what's his name, Ryan, that does Team Snub videos like online sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And I saw I'm like, oh, there he is. And then, there he is again. Hi. But
That's cool.
yeah, it was funny. And I donated blood today. Yay.
Yay.
I'm donating blood.
So, I have been working a lot, and I've not had any time to do, like, anything. So I don't have much to talk about, except, goddamn, okay, two things happened, like, the day after we recorded last week, like, either day of or day after. So now these are kind of old news, because I hate when we do that. I hate when we record, and then something super big or awesome happens, like, the day after. And then we talk about it next week, and it's already old news. And it sucks. But anyway, Age of Ultron trailer came out, the third one. There's already two of them. But the third one came out, and that was pretty sick.
Nice.
And I got goose pimples. It was great.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't?
No. I think I saw something about it, but I didn't click on it.
Dude,
Because I'm a
fucking-
dumb...
They had more James Spader talking in a really low, creepy voice, and Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson's mouths were really close during one scene, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that was a
Well.
thing.
You're gonna get with one of the Avengers. Mark Ruffalo is adorable, and he has a cute butt, so...
Yeah. But I was just like, I didn't know that was a thing that was happening at all in the canon. Or in the
Anything
movieverse.
can happen.
They've had a few scenes together, but not a ton. But I'm like, wait, they're not going to make out in this movie, are they? Because that would be kind of weird.
That's unexpected to me. I haven't actually seen the trailer yet because I'm trying not to see too many trailers. Like, I want to go in blind and not know what's going to happen.
Oh my god, I'm watching every trailer as it goes up. I'm the exact opposite. I want to know everything about that movie before I go in. Except for, like, spoilers. I'm not gonna, I don't want to know everything, but I'll watch all the goddamn trailers.
I love trailers. I don't know. It depends on the movie. Some movies I have to see the trailer, like, several times. Like, I'll rewatch it over and over and then analyze it and be like, that looks amazing, and I'm excited, but...
That's what I did when the first Hunger Games trailer came out. That's what I did. I was like watching it over and over again. That's what I did with the second Thor movie. I did that. I watched that trailer a ton. That's what I did with the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trailer when the American version came out. And I watched that one over and over and over and over because I just got done reading the books.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Age of Ultron's gonna be awesome, and I really want to see it. I hope that I can see it in IMAX, since I live near an IMAX theater now. And I'd really want to see it in IMAX. But those goddamn tickets to see Age of Ultron in like 3D, I don't even know if I'd want to see it in 3D, but to see it in fucking 3D, to see a 3D movie at IMAX is ridiculously expensive. Which I had forgotten about. I think like a regular ticket at IMAX is like $17. So to see a 3D movie, it'd probably be around 20 for one ticket. So I don't know if I would rather splurge and do that, but I'd be by myself because I don't really have any friends in this city. But I'd do it by myself. Or I'd save up my money and drive up a few hours across the border north of me to go see it with my friend. And I think I might do the latter. I'm not entirely sure. Her theater's pretty cool, I guess, but I'd really want to see it in IMAX at some point. I want to see an Avengers movie in IMAX before I die. Like, it might not be this one. It might be Infinity War, like one of the Infinity War movies. Mm-hmm. But I do want to see a Marvel movie in 3D. Or in IMAX, sorry. I haven't seen... I don't think I've seen any of them in 3D. I might have seen Avengers in 3D once, but I don't remember. Because every time I saw Avengers, it just kind of like blurred together. Because I went to the theater... I didn't tell you this, Caitlin, before we... Since we've only known each other for not too long. But I went and saw Avengers in the theater 7 times because I loved it so much. And because I had money that summer and I just spent it, and I just went and saw Avengers 7 times over the course of over the course of like a month. I just saw it over and over and over again. One of those times it might have been in 3D. I don't remember.
I've seen Avengers once and it was on Netflix. And so I really want to see this one in theaters. Yeah. And I'm excited about it. The
only other movie I've seen that many times, I saw Frozen 3 times. And that's about it.
Uh-huh.
And one time I saw it in 3D. Out of the 3 times I saw it. But that's the only other movie that I've seen that many times in a theater. And it's only 3, so...
Uh-huh. I've only seen Frozen and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 times in theaters, and I've never really seen anything in theaters after that.
I want to see Guardians. I still haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a really bad Marvel fan. I did not get a chance to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, because I've missed like 3 or 4 Marvel movies that I'm going to marathon before Age of Ultron comes out.
Because you told me you hadn't seen Captain America. Have you seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
I saw that one. I just haven't seen
Captain America
and the Thor movies.
Winter Soldier is like a far better movie. You're gonna be like a little disappointed by the first Captain America. It's good, but like Winter Soldier is so much better.
I've heard that. I've heard it's like it has like a different like feel to it.
Oh yeah.
Like Captain America is like more actiony, and Captain America is more like a period piece, but it's also a superhero movie.
Oh yeah, Captain America: The First Avenger is a fine movie. I mean, it's good. It's more than good. It's great. But Winter Soldier is just so much better. And I guess it's just like bigger, and I like the plot more. Because I knew how Captain America was going to end. I knew how that movie was going to end. But, like, I didn't know... Yeah, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is definitely a better movie. I just liked the plot of it more, and I liked, everything about it more, especially since it had been kind of parallel to what was happening with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I still haven't picked back up, but it was in parallel with the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that was good for someone like me who loves Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Uh, so yeah, Winter Soldier's a way better movie. Out of the Thor movies, the second one is definitely better. They kind of up their game with their sequels, Marvel does, I feel. Thor's a good movie, but Thor the Dark World is pretty damn good. Thor the Dark World is, again, it's a bigger movie. I liked it more because in the first movie you don't get to see, like, a ton of Asgard. You maybe see, like, 2 or 3 places in Asgard in the first one. But in the Dark World, you see, like, pretty much a lot of it. Like, you see way more of it. And, which is cool, because Asgard's a super cool place. And I love, like, what they did with it, with the way it looks and stuff. So I like that you get to see more of it in the second movie. And there's a lot more Loki as well. So that's always good.
Of course.
Yeah, Thor the Dark World's a better movie than Thor, but Thor is still good. Thor spends a lot of his time in the first movie in the human world on Earth. So you see a lot of, like, Earth. Like, I know what Earth looks like. I don't want to see any more of Earth. I want to see Asgard, because I don't know what that shit looks like. So I feel like Age of Ultron's gonna be better than Avengers, but that's gonna be pretty hard, because Avengers is a pretty damn perfect movie. Like, near perfect. I can't think of, like, I can't really think of, like, any problems I have with that movie, honestly.
I can't either. I'm
Maybe, like,
just so much to watch.
I wish they had put Hawkeye in it more, but that's just me. You know? Like, he spent the whole movie brainwashed by Loki, and, like, I wish they had kind of put him in more stuff, because I love Jeremy Renner so much. And
He's a fucking cutie.
yeah, he's really cute. And I wish they had put him in more of the actual Avengers team, instead of being on the bad guy's side the whole time, but I mean, that's about it. But he's gonna be in it more in the sequel, so. Oh, Heather. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out.
Yes. You don't say.
You don't say. It came out.
I was
tracking. I was tracking that. Like, I was on the subreddit refreshing. Because there were just updates and updates about how it might come out that night. And I'm like, and then boom, it's there. Just like last time. Unannounced.
Sneak.
Dude, that's how you do a game release. You, like, say you're, like, you have, like, the hypest game in the world. And it's like, wow, this game's awesome. And then people are waiting for you to make a sequel to that game. And you just release it. Like, you don't say anything. It's unannounced. No one's talking about it. You just release it. That's, like, the badass... That's, like, so fucking... like, that's what I would do if I had, like, a hype game. And then I was gonna make a sequel. Like, that's what I would do. I would just release it. Like, not say anything. I wouldn't, like, do any interviews. I wouldn't pay anybody to advertise. I would just release it on the internet and let people find it. But anyway, so, like, it's kind of... I think it's gonna be the last game, Heather.
I think it's gonna be the last with Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, and Chica.
You think?
Yeah, like, spoilers, by the way, anybody. But at the end, it has that line about how the fucking building burnt down, but they salvaged something.
Yeah.
And if you take that picture from the news article that has a little, like, chibi Freddy in it, and you brighten it, you can see Springtrap in the background. Yeah. So I think he at the very least left it open for himself to continue with Springtrap, at the very least.
Yeah.
And I think he was quoted as saying, who said I was done with it. So I think it's probably the end of, like, Five Nights at Freddy's as it was, and then maybe something with Springtrap if he wants to.
Yeah. I feel like... I don't know if I want another one.
I'm a little torn on that, too.
If they just leave it open, like, I would be fine with that, because then that's, like, years and years of people now just, like, forming the craziest theories in the world, and I love that part of the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. There's two sides of the Five Nights at Freddy's fans. There's one that makes all the theories and does all the research and, like, is super hardcore about finding out the story. And then the other half just really likes porn. Like Chica porn. It's really weird.
Remind me.
I've never played this, so you just talk about porn and I'm like, what?
Don't ask.
Don't ask. It's like, it's borderline, I guess it would be borderline furry porn, wouldn't it?
It's straight up furry porn.
Okay. I didn't know if it was borderline because they're animatronics, but...
Thank God I have not seen anything explicit. But
I've seen a couple of explicit things on accident.
I've seen people drawing, like, all the animatronics, like, get this sultry look, and they're all looking at Mark. And I'm just like, I'm done. Nope, I'm out.
I see that, yeah.
Poor Mark. But, yeah. Again, since the third one came out, and pretty much since Mark finished it, my sister and I have just been trying to fucking figure out the timeline for the game.
We want to do a Five Nights at Freddy's. We want to do a Five Nights at Freddy's podcast at some point. Don't know when.
Yes.
We do want to do one with you, me, your sister, and Fran.
Yes, good.
And I don't know when, and I don't know when we should do it. But I want to just so we can talk about all the theories and the crazy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can fill an hour with it, but I want to try.
Based on the way Sarah and I have been going back and forth lately, we can fill several hours with it.
Like, I want to get on that before, like, everything just dies down. But maybe it's better to wait until it dies down. I don't know. I'm excited. I hope he makes more games. I want to see him make more games outside of Five Nights at Freddy's at some point.
I definitely think he should keep making horror games, because he obviously has a knack for it.
Yeah. He used to make, Scott Cawthon, if you didn't know, used to make, like, Christian games, I think, right?
Yeah. He made, like, I know he made one for Pilgrim's Progress, and then I think he made some other, obviously biblical games, and then he made some... There was one he made Sit and Survive, which has the same, like, mechanic of just you can't move as Freddy's does. And then he made one that you were like, I think it was a beaver or something, and it was like a cutesy, innocent thing where you just collected wood and shit. But that was the one where people were like saying that his character designs were really creepy. Mm-hmm. And at one point, he was just kind of snapped into like, I can make something fucking scary, and that's how Freddy's came about.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made very innocuous, typically Christian. I think most of his games were Christian based, anyway. But yeah, so there you go.
Wanaff. I don't want the story to be over, but it might be time for like the games to kind of go away for like a little while at least. I don't know. I want the story to continue in some form, but I just don't know how. Like, I don't know how he could. Like, and I think part of why people are so curious about it and why it has a lot of hype is because the story is shrouded in mystery and because people want to figure it out. And there are so many theories and probably not a single one of them
is 100%.
There's probably one that's probably like 100% right. Out of all of them on there has to be one that's bound to be right. But, like, I think part of the allure to it is that no one really knows why anything in that game is happening. And I think definitely. If it's just left open, then...
It's the same thing with, like, with real mysteries that happen. Like, nobody knows who killed the full story behind, like, well, they did say they supposedly found Jack the Ripper, but like the Zodiac Killer and all that shit, people love a fucking mystery.
Yeah.
So they obsess over it and they theorize over it, and it's the same deal, only in this case it's fictional.
Yeah. I mean, because... And the timeline gets really confusing, too, I think.
Yes.
That's when people
That's the main thing that's fucking with me when I'm trying to figure this out. And I don't know if it's like... I feel like he might have, like, written Five Nights 1 and then just kind of threw the backstory with the kids in there and then once that fucking took off, he might have elaborated, and there's the possibility that he kind of fucked up his own continuity, because if he just started with that base thing and then expanded and then continued to expand, he might not have plotted it out all beforehand, and that might explain why it's so hard to plot out the timeline.
But it's very clear that he has a story to tell.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he could continue it without making more games if he does want to continue on it. Because, I mean, hopefully he wants to, like, keep making them so... Or keep expanding on the story, at least, so that, you know, people can figure whatever the fuck happened. Or maybe it'll just stay like that. I would be okay with it just staying as it is. Like, just... until at least people, like, find more secrets. Because Five Nights 3 just came out. And people are still... Well, it came out, like, a week ago now, I guess. And people are still finding secrets. People are still finding, you know, Easter eggs and little secrets, and because it takes a while for a lot of games to get all their secrets found out. It took people a while to find everything that was in, you know, the first one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd be okay with it just being left open, because then people can just theorize for years and years and years. And then maybe he'll just make another one like 10 years from now and just release it on the internet without telling anyone. Which would be fucking awesome. Oh my god. I can't play those games because I'm such a pussy. But
I just got 2 because it was half off. And I started playing 1 last night, and I made it through the first night, and I didn't like it.
Nop.
I was like... even Sarah was in my room, but it was just the sounds in that fucking game. Jesus.
I get nightmares. I have had Five Nights at Freddy's nightmares, no joke.
I don't think I have.
I've had dreams.
I was starting to fall asleep, and I had the thought, like, oh man, it would suck if I had nightmares. And I'm like, I probably won't. And then as soon as I started to doze, I had like my brain jump scared me with a fucking marionette. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice, thanks. Thanks for that. So I'm back to sleep now.
I'm sorry if you don't... This is Caitlin's first podcast, and we just keep talking about something she knows nothing about.
We do that.
I do that a lot. Because...
That whole podcast where you talked about anime was pretty much... I don't know what
that was like me and Joe talking for 20 minutes. And y'all were just like,
Okay.
Joe's not even an official podcast member. He's just in the background sometimes. Joe is Georgia's fiance, if you don't know. Mm-hmm. And he's just in the background sometimes and is like, hey. And then one day he just heard me talk about anime and he's like, have you seen this? And I'm like, no, but have you seen this? And like, it was just 20 minutes of that. And I'm like, okay, well, we should end out. And I think it was just Georgia or something that was left, and they were like, yeah, that we do that a lot.
Well, I'm learning something new about something I'm not familiar with, so
that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is you should play that. That would be fun for you if you like getting scared a lot.
What's it on? What's like the platform?
It's on PC.
Okay, yeah, I can play that then. And I was like, I can do a PC.
Yeah.
Now that I have a laptop to actually
use. It's on the Steam. Download it through Steam. Yeah. Or I think you can get a DRM-free version on, I think it's IndieDB, I think that's the website, yeah.
Okay. I might try it. I'll let you know if I like it.
Sweet. You'll think something about it. It's something. Oh my god. I love... People that the game gets a lot of hate, but I don't care. I think people just hate it because it's, like, super popular. That's, like, something that always comes with anything super popular, I think. Like, people hate on it, and then they try to make other people who like it, like, feel stupid. Or, like, somehow that the people who like the popular thing are, like, less intelligent. You know what I mean?
I do. They do that for everything, like a TV show or like Marvel movies. They're like, oh, those Marvel movies are stupid. You're stupid if you like them.
Yeah. No, my mom tries to insinuate that I don't know anything about, like real movies because she thinks superhero movies are just like kiddie dumb stuff, and I'm like, just because I watch them doesn't mean that my taste in movies is not, not as refined as yours or something like that. She's trying to insinuate that I don't know anything about movies because I like said a movie was bad that she liked, and she's like, well, you watch superhero movies, and I'm like, and
so does everybody else now.
Yeah. She watched I think she watched Man of Steel and didn't like it, and I'm like, Mom, no one likes that movie. It's okay. Nice. That's not all superhero movies. No one likes that movie. Nerds hate that movie.
I didn't even bother watching it. I was like, I don't
give a shit about Superman, so I didn't watch it.
I like Superman, but I like my Superman being a Boy Scout, not a whiny.
Huh, Heather?
Oh, I like Superman, but I like my Superman, the Boy Scout, and the actual Superman that he's supposed to be. Not, oh my God, my life is so hard.
The only DC movie I'm really interested in seeing is like maybe Justice League, because Jason Momoa is Aquaman, and that makes my day. He's really hot.
I prefer John DiMaggio as Aquaman because he was played Aquaman on the cartoon, and he's like just funny as Aquaman. And he was like, I don't know. There's this one episode where he's Aquaman that I was cracking up because he was trying not to superhero the whole episode, but because his wife is like, no, we're on vacation, honey. No being a superhero. And then there's one part where she catches him on TV being a superhero. He's like, that's not me. That's Ocean Man. That's Ocean Guy.
Ocean Guy.
That's Ocean Guy, and the actor John DiMaggio, who anyone doesn't recognize him, is Bender and Jake from Adventure Time. Yes. And he's just so funny. He's my favorite Aquaman.
Yeah, he has a very recognizable voice. You have probably heard him and everything.
You've probably heard
like Tom Kenny or Tara Strong or Marisa Marsh. Ron Paulson. Rob Paulson, sorry. My mistake. But yeah. I like voice actors.
I do too. I was talking about anime voice actors like all weekend with someone.
I love that documentary. I know that voice.
I've not watched that.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to.
It's really interesting. You guys should totally watch it. It's on Netflix.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yes, Jason Momoa is Aquaman, and I'll probably see that movie just because of that. Like, I don't really care about Superman, even though Henry Cavill, even though I heard he is a pretty good Superman, but, I mean, I guess he was just written badly. I don't know. And, Ben Affleck as Batman, I'd like to see, but no, Jason Momoa as Aquaman is, like, my dream come true. Jason Momoa as any sort of, like, merman, hybrid, like, dream come true man is, like, yeah. Jason Momoa's, he's just really good looking, you guys.
No, you don't say.
Did you know, he's so manly. Did you know he has, like, a scar above his eyebrow? Because he got in a bar fight once and got, like cut with a bottle or something.
Jesus.
And he got a goddamn and he has a scar above his right eyebrow. I'm like, that's really manly and really hot.
Apparently, first or not by violence. Hooray!
Speaking of manly and hot, Chris Hemsworth hosted Saturday Night Live last night. It's Sunday, so it was last night for me. It was really good, you guys.
I only watched the one sketch where he was Thor, and that was really funny.
He's so cute. He did a parody American Express sketch, which was really funny. Him talking about how hard it was for him in Hollywood when he first came, because he is a jacked Australian with a perfect face, and watch it. It's really funny. And he acted as a chicken, and he wore cornrows for one sketch, which was weird. And he twerked in that sketch too. Like, he got his butt all up in some girl, and that girl was like, yeah. It's like,
that is the best summary ever.
Yeah. And at the beginning, the Luke and Liam Hemsworth both came out, and I got to show my mom how good looking they all were. Like, even Luke Hemsworth, who's like short and not like amazingly good looking, but he's still pretty good looking for like, when you compare him to like an average looking person, like, he's a handsome dude. Which is how good looking all of the Hemsworths are.
Most backhanded compliments I've ever heard.
Luke Hemsworth?
What's he from?
He's an actor in Australia, but he is a Hemsworth brother. I think he's either the middle one. I forget how old he is, but he is a Hemsworth along with Liam and Chris. But he just does like TV shows and stuff in Australia, I think. Oh. He's not over in Hollywood, but he just does, like, I think he's just Australia based. But yeah, he's strangely shorter than the other two. Like, you look at all of them, and they're like, who is that? Like, why is he so much shorter than the other two? But he still has, like, a really good face. They all have kind of, like, the same smile, I noticed, because they were all kind of laughing in that scene, and that, it was like the monologue or something, and they all smiled at one point, and all of their smiles look alike. I'm like, what the fuck? They're all really good looking. Oh, Chris Hemsworth is so good looking. This whole podcast is just me like, going, oh, he's so good looking.
Oh my god.
He's perfect. Perfect man. Who is your perfect man, Caitlin? Like, who is, like, your number one...
I thought you were about to ask me, and I'm like, if you need to ask that at
celebrity husbando. Who is yours?
I'm gay, but Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman?
If I had to choose, it'd be Hugh Jackman, even though I'm gay. Like,
who's your, like, lady crush, then?
There's so many of them.
I know that feel.
It's like so many. How do I just choose one lady crush? Sometimes, like, because I saw Into the Woods, like, a few months ago, it's Meryl Streep. No, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt? Like Emily,
who I only know from Into the Woods, because she played the baker's wife.
I have three. I like Mila Kunis. I like Natalie Dormer. Obviously. And I love Lady Gaga. I just think she's really...
Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I think she's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
She is.
Everybody's so attractive.
I have been in love with Natalie Dormer, though. Like, I love her. She is... There's just something about her face that is just, like, different from, like, everyone else.
It's like that thing I tell my people saying that it looks like she could, fucking kill you and you'd be okay with it.
Yeah, she looks, like, different from, like, everyone else in Hollywood. And I don't know, she just has, like, an attractive face. Anyway, yes, Natalie Dormer is very, very, very attractive.
What's she in?
Obviously.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay, I knew that.
She's been in a few other things too, but people mainly know her from Game of Thrones lately.
I need to finish that. I'm only on the second season, but I'm like, I recognize her.
Yeah, Natalie Dormer is Marjorie in Game of Thrones.
Oh, when they start streaming HBO, I'm totally gonna buy it just so I can finally finish Game of Thrones.
Good, do it.
Binge watch it.
Then Fran will really be the only person on this podcast who hasn't watched Game of Thrones.
God damn it, Fran.
No, I lied. She has. She just stopped watching right before the episode of the episode of the first season. Like, the one.
Oh.
The one where the thing happens in season 1.
Wait, which thing? Shit goes down all the time.
The episode, like, 8 or 9 thing. The episode 9 thing. Like the big thing.
Yeah.
Not the first episode. Not the first episode thing, but the episode 9 thing.
I know
she's gonna listen to this, and I don't want to spoil it. Anyway, so yeah, good-looking people.
Very good-looking people.
Attractive. It's so frustrating.
What else we got? I promised that we'd do that Hunger Games simulator again this week, but like I don't want to do it without more people here. Did you guys listen to that last week?
I haven't yet.
We tried to do, there's a website that'll have a Hunger Games simulator where you can put in your own, like, people in the Hunger Games.
I think somebody did that with, like, all of Tumblr's, or at least a good portion of all of Tumblr's Darkipliers.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, well, that's a thing. I don't really get the Darkipliers.
Yeah, we tried to do that with just, me and Fran tried to do that with just characters we just threw out there. And, we got like halfway through it, and then the website went down for maintenance. Like right in the middle, and I'm like, no.
I haven't checked that out yet, but I really want to.
Yeah, I think I want to do it at some point when there's when we have more people in here, but I would like to do that.
You can tell you who my woman crush is.
Okay, who?
Garnet from Steven Universe.
Yes! How are you in Steven Universe?
I forgot what episode I just watched, but I think I'm in the 20-something area.
Good. Dude, you know what episode, like...
Actually, my legit lady crush right now is Nicki Minaj, speaking of Steven Universe, because I think that was one of the last episodes I just watched.
Yeah, she was in,
was Sugar Light.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
I watched, there's this one episode that's, like, strangely just really sad.
Yeah.
It's the one with, it's the one where, like, Steven just keeps getting older and older.
Yep, I saw that. That was
dude, that's, like, strangely out of nowhere depressing. It's really weird.
It was. I like that line in there, though, that it was Garnet. She just goes, I thought violence would solve the problem. It's like, me too. And I just landed on that picture of Mark getting, or seemingly getting molested by the animatronics at Five Nights at Freddy's again.
Oh, good. Dude,
wait, what?
Send that to me?
It's just, alright, I'll
send it to me.
I love hearing these things out of context. I'm just like, what?
Molested by animatronics.
I don't know about this anymore.
It's innocuous enough. I mean, you can't. It's just creepy. There you go.
I'm gonna see this. I might have seen this before, but I'm not sure. I've not seen that one before. That's actually very well drawn. I'm not gonna lie.
By X Nero X on Tumblr.
Yeah.
See.
That's very well drawn.
Yes, the art style is lovely. The implication of particularly that look on Bonnie's face is deeply disturbing.
Yeah, I love the tag. One of the tags is, yes, I'm proud now. Scott Cawthon just said something was fake.
Wow.
Who said the journey was over just yet? That's a fake email.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, that's a fake one. He just said it. Or he just, like, officially on the Steam, like, someone had posted that screenshot on Steam, in the Steam discussion thread, and, he said, this post was fake, I never wrote that.
Aww.
So, we probably are maybe not getting more Five Nights at Freddy's, who knows? Scott confirms email's fake. R.I.P. my hope. Rest in pieces. R.I.P. in peace. My favorite is when I love when people say that, R.I.P. in peace. R.I.P. in pepperoni.
Like, kind of like saying, was it ATM machine?
Yeah. Which I say all the time, not even gonna lie. That's been integrated into my vocabulary because I'm from the fucking South. I mean, I gotta go to the ATM machine.
I've heard that too, and I didn't understand what the big deal was until I was like on OkCupid and it had a question. Does it bother you when people say ATM machine? And I was like, why would it bother? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
When I can't think of a topic to go to, I always go into r Ask Reddit and find an interesting question that is being asked on Reddit at this moment. And
thanks, Reddit.
Yeah, thanks, Reddit. On r Ask Reddit right now, one of the trending questions is, what movie unexpectedly made you cry? So what is a movie that unexpectedly made you cry?
I don't know. I didn't think The Fault in Our Stars would make me cry because I knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I
I
went in with that, too. I'm like, I'm not going to cry at this. I know what's going to happen. I just read the book. Cried my fucking eyes out.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I read the book, though, and I didn't cry because I'm a cold-hearted person when I read the book. But, yeah, I can understand that because it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Interstellar, because I didn't know anything about the movie, and then I saw it in theaters, and I was crying like a baby during the end.
Mm-hmm.
Not to give any spoilers in case anyone out there wants to see it, but it was like, yeah, I started crying really hard. Because I just thought it was like a movie about space. I didn't know what it was about. I was just like, I was pretty much dragged out to go see it anyways. But I was crying very hard. That or Frozen. I cried like both times the first I watched it in theaters.
Oh, Frozen?
Oh yeah, so I cried like during Frozen and Interstellar.
I don't think I cried during Frozen.
I'm trying
you should
to
always
think.
expect to cry during Disney movies.
Oh yeah. Frozen had some sad moments, like, what else has it? I teared up a little bit at the end of Brave, honestly. And I watched Brave again recently because I'm doing the Disney Pathfinder with Joe and Georgia, and I'm Merida, so I decided to watch Brave again, like a few days ago. And
yeah, I saw you posted that on Facebook.
I teared up again at the end of that fucking movie.
Yeah, I got a little teary there with the mom, and I was like, no, damn you, Disney. I'm supposed to be cold-hearted.
Some people have started saying Marley and Me, even though that's like a notoriously sad movie. But I guess
anything that involves sad times with animals,
it's so notorious. Nope. I guess because it's so notorious, people don't expect to be sad because they know it's gonna happen. Like the dog's gonna die. That's you know that it's gonna happen in the end. You know, you know, then you're like, it gets to the end, and you're like, well, dang. You know, and you start to get sad, even though you're like, I saw this coming from a mile away, you know?
I can't deal with the sad times with animals, I just can't. Nope.
Yeah,
I can't either.
I was trying to go to bed. I was watching, it was just a YouTube video of, like, clips of Disney. I think you posted it, Greer. It was, like, the 10 saddest Disney moments.
Oh, and, the actual good list that I found?
Yeah.
Yes, because I loved that list.
Yeah, I just watched this. It won't affect me, and I was getting all fucking sad and shit, and I was like, well, even out of context, fucking Disney, man.
I watched it because it was an actually good list. Like, it had a lot of underrated movies in there, just like Mufasa dying and, you know, Bambi's mom getting shot was not, you know, number one or anything. Like, they had like a few clips from like Treasure Planet, and like some people forget how depressing of a movie Fox and the Hound is.
I never do. I refuse to watch that movie again. It's nope.
Yeah.
I used to watch it all the time, and every time that part would come up when the woman leaves the fox.
Yeah.
The Todd, like in the woods, I would cry so hard. I was like, life is so cruel.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Why can't they stay together? That is like the saddest scene in any of the Disney movies.
Dude, Fox and the Hound is a dick movie. Like, that is such a dick movie.
How dare you make me feel things.
Fuck that movie, man. I like it, but fuck it. But it's a channel called Forever the Disney Kids, and they make really good lists. Like, not some just bullshit BuzzFeed lists. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, these lists, like, their saddest Disney moment list is, like, legit. Like, moments, like, you don't even fucking remember. Like, there's a clip in there from Mulan 2. No one remembers Mulan 2.
I didn't even know that happened. I was like, okay.
No one remembers Mulan 2. Yeah. There's this part in Mulan 2 that's actually, like, pretty well animated, and it's pretty sad. And, like, Cinderella's dress getting ripped apart. Like, that's really upsetting.
That's like, horrifying.
It's horrible and upsetting, and it's not as much sad as it is very upsetting, honestly. Those, like, any Disney movie, like, you know you're gonna go in to probably feel something sad at some point. Because, like, you expect to go into a movie like, I don't know, what's a fun Disney movie? Like, Tangled, and not be sad. But there are, like, 2 really tear-jerking moments in Tangled, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not the very end, like, the endish end, where he almost dies, or you think he's dead for a second. And then, like, near the endish middle of the movie, where, there's just this one scene that doesn't have any dialogue, and, it's just, like, the parents.
Yeah.
And they're about to set the lanterns off, and, she's, like, putting, like, the badge or the medal on the king, the father, and he just looks, like, so sad, and the facial expressions in that scene are so good, and there's not even any dialogue, and it's like a 30-second scene. But it's like one of the saddest fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. And, like, I don't think they have any dialogue in the movie, and I feel like I know so much about them in that movie.
No, yeah. You really, because the whole point of that festival is because their missing daughter, and they think, like, she's dead or whatever, and then I guess every time it comes around, they have to remember, like, oh yeah, we had a daughter, but she is gone now, you know? And, like, that scene's really sad. I think that scene is way sadder than Eugene almost dying, honestly. Like, that scene is way more depressing.
It is.
Like, they put in that one scene from Tarzan, where he's in the suit, remember? And he, I think, like, he was thinking about going in, like, into, like, human society, and he was, like, essentially saying goodbye to the gorilla mom, and that's, like, really depressing.
I've never seen Tarzan.
Tarzan was the first movie I ever saw in a theater.
Aww.
As a kid. It was the very first one. I remember...
Mine was lying.
I don't know why that made me think of this, but one time, I guess because we were talking about Disney and first things, but one time, my parents told me this, you know, when I was way older, but one time, I was like I was like maybe 3 or 4, but my parents, had told me that we were, because I wanted to go to Disney World, and my parents had because I had seen, like, before on my Disney VHSs, like, they had the ads for Disney World, you know? Remember on, like, your old Disney VHSs, and they would just have the ads for Disneyland or Disney World or whatever?
Look at all the fancy places, like, you can't visit.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And you find out about it, and you just beg for your parents to take you there. Well, one, my parents didn't want to take me to Disney World before I would, like, remember it. Like, I don't get all these parents that take their, like, infant children to Disney World, because they're not going to remember it, you know? You want to take them when they're, A, old enough to behave in public, and B, when they're actually going to remember it. Which is essentially why my parents waited till I was, like, 12, before I was, like, 11 or 12 when I first went to Disney. But anyway, so when I was, like, 2 or 3, my parents had told me that we were going to Disney World, and what they actually did was they took me to Disney on Ice, and I just believed it was Disney World. Like, I had bought it completely. They told me it was Disney World. And the only reason I know that is because I heard an ad on the radio. I must have been like 17 or 16, and I heard an ad on the radio that Disney on Ice was going to be like an hour away from me. And I'm like, man, I wish I could go to Disney on Ice. And my mom was like, you have been to Disney on Ice. And I'm like, no, I haven't. She's like, yeah, when you were like 2 or 3, we took you to Disney on Ice because it was in town. And we told you it was Disney World because you wouldn't stop bugging us about going to Disney World, so we just told you it was Disney World, and you were just completely satisfied with that. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
My whole life is a lie.
And that is, I tell that to, like, oh my god, I love that story so much. So my parents would do that to me. And I just believed it because I was like 3.
I've never
I was super excited to see Disney on Ice, apparently, but I did think it was Disney World.
At least I still haven't been to Disney World. But
oh my god.
I went to Sesame Place. Because it was like right, but I saw Sesame Place when I was like, maybe, I was in kindergarten. Mm-hmm. And so that was amazing.
I didn't go to Disney the first time until I was like 16, 15, something like that. We couldn't really afford it, and then we finally went, and it was pretty cool.
Now that I live in Florida, if I can get a stable job at some point, annual pass to Disney.
Yes. I want to go. I really want to go with like my friends or something.
Oh my god, you need to come down here. I'll take you fucking Disney.
Disney World.
I'll take you to Disney World.
I think my ex thought I was weird because I was like, when we were still together, when we were still married, we were talking about, kids or something. I was like, I'm even thinking about having kids until we go to Disney World on our own. And he's like, why would we? It's like, because it's Disney World.
Because it's Disney World. Are you kidding me? To be fair, Disney World, if you go like by yourself, don't go to a theme park by yourself.
Oh no.
Never go to a theme park by yourself. It is way better with more than 2 people. Even just going with like one other person isn't like super fun. You have to go with like multiple people. But then again, I feel like there's always that one person in the group that doesn't want to go on the rides, Because we always had that anytime I would go on a school trip to a theme park, which is pretty much how I always got to theme parks. There was always that one person in our group, like they would assign us a chaperone and we would have to go around with that group. And there was always that 1 or 2 people in the group that didn't want to go on the ride. And they would just hold our stuff. Because I always tell people,
convenient.
If you're going to go to a theme park, especially if it's in the middle of summer, bring someone along who does not want to be there. Because, or at least doesn't want to go on any of the rides. Or maybe they cannot go on the rides, maybe because they're, like, they have a heart condition or they're pregnant or something, but, like...
I'm gonna invite my pregnant friend just because, they can hold my shit.
Yeah, because, what's, like, the worst... what's the worst fucking thing at theme parks are trying to get a locker for your shit.
Because they're expensive or they're full.
A, they're all full. B, you'll probably never find your shit again. And C, because I had that, like... sometimes they don't work. They have these now that use thumbprints. And there was one time where I was terrified because I had remembered the locker. I'd written it down on my hand. And I remembered it. And then I got back and the thumbprint wasn't working for some reason. And I was scared. I'm like, my shit's going to be locked in here forever. But then it worked. And I was like, okay. And like, yeah, and I think they only last for like a certain amount of time. So if you get a locker for 2 hours, but it's a 3-hour wait in line, then you're fucked. You have to get someone to be willing to. Packs. Yeah, you have to be willing. The first
time we went to Disney World.
Oh yeah, did you show me that picture?
I probably There's
a picture of like you and your sister and your mom wearing fanny packs at Disney. Oh my god, that's a great picture.
No, we are not using that on the show.
I'm not. No.
Okay, good.
I forgot where it is even.
I'm sure it's on my mom's Facebook. She likes to post pictures of me and my sister without consulting us first.
But yeah. But no, always if you're gonna go to the theme park, have someone that's not gonna be there or that doesn't want to go on the ride, because then they can be the bad person. Because having to find a locker for all your bullshit is not fun. especially in the middle of summer when everyone is there. Or you can just go during a not busy time of year. Maybe it won't be such a pain in the ass, but it's kind of a pain in the ass either way. I don't like using the lockers at a theme park. I think their system, when I used to go, it wasn't as complicated, but I'm pretty sure it's more complicated now. So, yeah, that's what I always tell people. I'm like, go with a group and have someone who doesn't want to be there.
Bring a Patsy.
Yeah. Just one or two people, even, that don't want to go on anything. or, you end up either putting your shit in lockers, or, like, if you really don't want to get a locker, you have to, like, take turns.
Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you, party pooper.
Oh, God. We always end up talking about theme parks on this show, because I love them.
My sister's been to Disneyland, but I haven't.
I hear Disney World. I'm lucky because I hear Disney World is better anyway.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Disney World.
Universal Studios.
Yeah. I like Universal a little more than Disney, honestly.
The year we went to, I think it was the first time we went to Disney, we went to Universal. We met up with a friend I knew who lived in Florida. And we didn't have any idea what we wanted to do. And I think at that point, my sister and I had been on Tower of Terror, so we had just pretty much annexed any fucking roller coasters or anything because we were still stressed out. So we just kind of wandered around Universal. And that was it.
Yeah, Universal has a lot of, like, oh, fuck, rides. Like, a lot of thrill stuff. It's not... you gotta be a little older to go to Universal, I think.
We saw this show, I think, that had a lot of, I think it was about, like, horror props and stuff that was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
But
was that during Halloween Horror Nights, or was that one of the regular shows?
No. I think it was around Halloween, but I don't think it was Horror Nights.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember
I think
exactly
they still have that show there. I'm not sure. They might only do it during Halloween now. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I
did have a podcast trip to Disney World and Universal.
Fucking Halloween Horror Nights gives me life. I love Halloween Horror Nights. Yes. I've never been, but it's like my dream to go to Halloween Horror Nights. Even though I know I'll get scared, and I know that if I go to any of the scare houses, I'm just gonna chicken out. But I don't care. It's super cool.
I want to go, but I know I'll be scared.
Yeah, exactly.
Once I went to a show, and the whole time there was, like, a hologram person. And everyone was like, that hologram looks exactly like Christopher Walken. That's so weird. Oh, wait a minute. It is Christopher Walken. This is a Christopher Walken.
What show was that?
I don't remember. I think it was either the disaster one, or it was the one where they're talking about, like makeup or something. He was like doing one. It was just Christopher Walken.
It was at Universal?
It was at Universal. It was like a Christopher Walken, like, hologram.
That's weird and awesome, and I wonder if that's still there. I'm gonna Google that, because I don't know what I don't know what show that is.
I can't remember. It was funny because he looked exactly like Christopher Walken, then I realized it took like forever to realize it really was him. I was just like, wow, he really is everywhere I go. He's in all the movies.
He's in all the bad, good movies I love. It's the disaster ride. It's the disaster ride.
Okay, I was like, I think that's it. And it was a very random appearance by Christopher Walken.
Mm-hmm. Or it's not even, it's a show ride thing.
Show ride.
Yeah. Did you know, I'm on the Wikipedia for this, did you know that when they first opened this ride, it was opened with the help of the Universal Orlando Resort president, Bill Davis, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? I'm like, what? And yes, there is indeed a Christopher Walken hologram, which I don't remember when I went to Disaster and had my traumatic earthquake experience, but maybe that's new? Like, maybe that was a thing they added in afterwards. Like, because I went in 2002, 2008, I want to say. 2008 or 7?
Uh-huh.
Or no, yeah, it was 2008 because it opened in 2008, I think. I'm not quite, it was, I remember going, and it was there, okay? I don't remember if it was called Disaster or Earthquake. I don't remember which one it was called. But, no, it was there in 2008, and I don't remember seeing Christopher Walken there. So that must have been that must be like a new addition. I don't know.
I was there 2 years ago, so it could have been new.
Mm.
So, because I would have been there, like, 4 years after it opened.
Alright, field trip.
Yeah, field trip, totally.
Get this out.
Dude, they're building the huge fucking new King Kong area near Jurassic Park right now.
Universal wait, no. Who added a Harry Potter thing? Is it
Universal?
Yeah.
Alright, now we really need a field trip.
Yeah, there's 2 Harry Potter areas. There's one in Islands of Adventure, and then there's a train/experience ride that takes you to Diagon Alley in Studios.
Oh, you mean Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley, yeah.
Diagon Alley?
Diagon Alley.
Yeah, the one in Diagon Alley takes you through Diagon Alley. But, like, the opening of it is, like, it's like a recreation of, like, King's Cross in London. It's like Universal recreated that area, I guess, of the city. And it's pretty cool. And then you walk in, and then they simulate you going through the platform, and... it's pretty cool. I've watched all the videos, and I haven't been there. We were the first... When I went to the...
Ow, fuck. Sorry.
Your cat.
She's trying to get in my lap, and I need to trim her nails, and ow.
But when I went to grad night to Universal, we were the first grad night to ever get to go to Harry Potter when it first opened, when the first area first opened. Oh. And that was the greatest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. It's one of the, like, no lie, one of the coolest places I've ever been in my life. It's so cool and so detailed. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
It's insanely detailed. Like the amount of work that have had to go into all of that detail is incredible to me.
I loved it when I was there. Because I was there my senior year of college. It was like a couple of years ago. And I was like, I wanted to cry a little because I was so happy because I was there.
Yeah.
But I didn't. It's like everything looks amazing.
I mean, you're walking through the gate and they're playing, you know, the song, the Hedwig's theme. Da 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 da. They're playing that shit when you walk in. It's awesome. Actually, one time when I first went to Universal years before I went with grad night, I was in Jurassic Park, and when you walk in, they're playing the song. You know, they're playing the theme, and it's just playing all the time on a loop at that area of the park. So we're sitting there having lunch, and after like 30 minutes, I'm like, I'm really tired of the Jurassic Park theme. Like, I don't want to hear this song anymore. Da, 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 da. Like, it's just on a loop throughout the entire area of that park. And like, I'm like, I call my brother when I'm in Jurassic Park. I'm like, I'm in Jurassic Park. Do you hear the theme? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sick of it. I never want to hear this song again. Oh my god. But it's nonetheless, it's cool when you walk in and you hear the theme song and it's like, I'm in Jurassic Park. This is pretty cool.
It is cool.
It would be cool. I think some people are theorizing that depending on how well Jurassic World does, they're going to change the sign for Jurassic Park to Jurassic World. But that's just a theory. I guess it would depend on how well the movie does. But I think that would be pretty cool.
Did that come out yet?
Jurassic World?
Yeah.
This summer.
This summer, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it comes out this summer. I only know that it's coming out this summer and Chris Pratt is it. Mm-hmm. Chris Pratt is in it. I'm pumped for that.
Fine Man. Another fine man. We should wrap up. Actually, I actually do have to go do something. I have to go and do something before it gets like it's 7:30 here now. So, like shit, I have to go do the thing that I've been putting off. So let's sign off. Bye.
Bye.
Like us on Facebook and stuff, and
subscribe and comment and comment, subscribe.
Let us know if you want to hear a Five Nights at Freddy's theory cast, because we'll do one, whether you want us to or not. We'll probably do it. I want to do one just so I can hear your sister's take on some of this.
Yes.
Some of this crazy bullshit. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.